Thank you. It's great to be here. This started at a coffee shop, matter of fact, just on your high street, when Scott and I were talking, and I said, Scott, you ought to bring all these people together. And he said, yeah, right. And he continued to tell me about his experience on social media, and he started telling me about the brand builder, who is from France, but he lives in Greenville, where I'm from. And everywhere I go, I hear about the brand builder. I travel all over the United States, and I talk on social media and marketing, and it seems like the first thing people ask me is, hey, you're from Greenville. Do you know the brand builder? So that's what Scott did. And he was saying, do you know this brand builder guy? And I said, would you like to talk to him? And Scott says, you mean I could do that? And I said, yeah, he's a person like with the phone. And so I took my iPhone out, and I have just a few people on my favorites, and Olivier is one of them. And while we were talking with Olivier right there in the coffee shop, I said, get out your calendars, and they both got their calendars out, and I said, let's do it October 16th. And they said, sure, we'll do that. So you all are a testimony of what can happen when people who are passionate about using technology for something worthwhile put their minds to something or get suckered into something. Either way, it works out well. So I'm delighted you all are here. And I should probably tell you how I got started in social media, since that's what all social media gurus do. I'm not a guru, though, but I think I might add that to my title here shortly. When I was in my early 20s, yeah, that'd be nice if it showed on the other side in just a moment. When I was in my early 20s, I had a picture of what life would be like at my age now, which is not early 20s anymore. I had this picture that I would be driving a large BMW. Now the largest one, I believe, is a BMW 760iL, but that was the picture of life that I thought I would have. And now that I have 6 children, I don't have a big BMW. Instead, I have a big Ford van. Now, I don't think you all have this type of van. I haven't seen them on the street here, but it seats 12 passengers. So when we go somewhere on a trip, it's a full van. Well, there's some benefits to having such a large vehicle and a large family. Whenever my kids want to do something with their friends, the conversation goes something like, well, let's see if Aaron's dad could take us. So I'm Aaron's dad. So I get to do things with the young kids a lot. And in the summer of 2006, everyone wanted to go hiking at Jones Gap, which is a great place to hike up a mountain near our home. And they said, let's get Aaron's dad to take us there. So the day came for us to hike Jones Gap. All the kids came over, piled into my van, and we went off to Jones Gap. Well, we got there, we piled out, we started walking. The kids walked about 100 yards. They all gathered together, posed. Somebody took out a digital camera and took their picture. Then we walked about another 100 yards or so. They stopped, posed, took a picture again, and this continued all the way up the mountain. Now I started teasing them, because they're young, right? So I'm picking at them. It's like, boy, you can't even go 100 yards, I guess meters, 100 meters, okay, that's what they did. 100 meters without having to stop and take a break, and I had great fun with it. But inside, I was thinking, man, I'm glad they're resting. And so we finally made it up to the mountain and back down, and then we went to Patrick's house, which is where we started. Now, first I got to ask, how many of you have teenage children? How about teenage girls? So in this group, I had 3 teenagers in this group at Jones Gap. 2 of them were girls. So when we got to Patrick's house, I noticed that all of them gathered around Patrick's computer. And it dawned on me that they were up to something, and they were being very quiet. So usually when kids are up to something and quiet, that's not a good sign. So one more question. Do you all know what social media just now replaced as the #1 activity on the internet? Do you know what used to be #1 up until about 2 weeks ago? Porn, that's exactly right. Okay, so now my kids are all around this computer. My teenage daughters are around this computer. And I say, what are y'all doing? Y'all is the personal plural. That's it. What do y'all use? Anyway, you know what it is now. Okay. I say, what are y'all doing? And my teenage daughter says, oh, Dad, we're just posting pictures to the internet. Now, as a father of teenage girls and realizing how most people were using the internet at that time, I was a little bit concerned about what they were doing. But she said, no, Dad, it's not anything wrong. She said, it's just Facebook. And I said, well, show me what you're doing. And she showed me what they were doing, and obviously now you all know Facebook. But what's remarkable about that group is that now forever, that little community of hikers, they have memorialized an event and recorded it forever. then that was the event that separated them from the entire world of strangers that were out